The Sea Beast was released in 2022 and was directed by Chris Williams. It tells the story of how the pirates hunt down the beasts, and then one day a girl named Maisie teams up with Jacob Holland, and together they go on a quest to find the Red Bluster.
So, The Sea Beast. This is the newest animated film that was a Netflix original. And I had heard some good things about it over the summer. A few people were telling me that it was a good movie. A few people mentioned how it's very similar to How to Train Your Dragon. Well, after watching it, I can see why people make that comparison. So I decided to give it a watch. It took me a while to get to it, but I decided last night to give it a watch for the first time. What did I think of it? I thought The Sea Beast was pretty solid. I actually had a lot of fun with this film. I thought The Sea Beast was a very good, enjoyable, very well written, engaging movie. I had a lot of fun with it. I thought the story was pretty decent. I don't think it's the greatest story ever told. It's a fairly basic, we have to find a beast kind of story. But the execution is decent. It's solid. It's a pretty good story. The execution of it is well told. And the journey to find the beast is interesting. There's a lot of there's some heart in the film, but my one of my biggest problems with the movie is that I feel it's too long. I didn't even know it was 2 hours long. I actually thought it was only an hour and a half, and I honestly think a lot of it felt a bit like filler. And I think with it being too long, because we spend so much focused on the two main characters on their journey, I think it kind of we with that focus, it lacks a lot of screen time for other characters. And while the other characters are good, their plot twist towards the end of the movie doesn't feel as earned because we don't have as much screen time with them. There's a king and queen in the movie, and they have a important role towards the end of the film, but I feel like the twist with them towards the end doesn't feel as earned because we don't know that we don't spend much time with them. We don't know them that much. Same with the captain, who I will talk about later on in the review. So I think the movie should have been cut down to at least an hour and a half. I just felt 2 hours was a little too long because a lot of it did feel like filler because we spent a lot of focus on Jacob Holland and Maisie trying to find the Red Bluster, which is good. We just it's just the runtime of the movie is just a little too long at 2 hours. I think if it was to be 2 hours, I would have had more screen time on the other characters. But other than that, the storyline is well told. As far as the comparison to How to Train Your Dragon, the only comparison really is that the pirates are against the sea beasts. Other than that, the story is completely different. I think it's valid, yeah, to compare it to How to Train Your Dragon. I can see a few similarities. But other than the main concept, like the pirates are against the sea beasts, much like how the Vikings were against the dragons in the first film, other than that, I think How to Train Your Dragon and the Sea Beast are completely different movies. So yeah, the story is pretty solid. However, to be honest with you, I feel like this movie would have worked better in live action. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's a bad thing that the movie's animated, but I feel like the tone, the scenery, the music, I would have preferred this film to be in live action. I just think if it was a live action film, I think it would have been a little more interesting. I just think the tone and the music and some parts of the story and a lot of the scenery, well, I'm not saying it's a bad thing that it's animated. I just think if I was making it, I probably would have made it live action. I just think the live action medium suits it better, but that's just me. The animation, though, is absolutely gorgeous. There's some really good character designs. The designs of the beasts are really creative. The facial expressions and the teeth of the Red Bluster really do remind me of the Light Fury, even the sound effects. And overall, it just looks gorgeous. The water, the ocean, the boat. Oh my god. The water in this film is just amazing to look at. Oh my god. This is one beautiful looking film. And I mean, gorgeous to look at. And the characters of the movie were pretty likable.
Jacob Holland was pretty good. I enjoyed his arc throughout the movie, and I thought he was a very well written and enjoyable character. Same with Maisie. The two of them share a very nice bond with one another, and Maisie is a pretty solid character too. And her journey in the movie is pretty good as well. It's been done before, yes, but the execution ain't half bad. The captain was good and definitely had an interesting plot twist. I felt he lacked a lot of screen time, and that made him feel slightly underdeveloped, and I just wish we got more scenes with him to make his plot twist feel more earned. He was good, just needed a little more to him.
And while the other characters are good, but I just think there is some characters, like I said earlier, the king and queen, they don't have enough screen time to really have a much of a significance towards the end of the film. So overall, some characters could have used a bit more development. For the most part though, the characters in the movie were pretty likable. They were solid. And the music of the movie is pretty good too. It suits the theme and the tone of the film. So yeah, overall, I enjoyed The Sea Beast.
Overall, The Sea Beast is a very solid movie with a nice story, gorgeous animation, likable characters, and fun music. It has some flaws that do hurt it quite a bit, but for what it is, it's still a really good film. I'm going to give The Sea Beast an 8 out of 10.
Stay tuned for my next review. Until then, guys, take care, everyone. Thank you all for watching. What did you guys think of The Sea Beast? Let me know in the comments below. Take care, guys, and skadoosh.